I'll never forget the camping trip that changed my life forever. My friends and I had been planning it for months. And finally, we arrived at the campsite, eager to spend a weekend in the great outdoors. As we set up our tents, I couldn't shake off the feeling that we were being watched. At first, I dismissed it as mere paranoia. But as the sun began to set, the sensation grew stronger. I tried to brush it off, thinking it was just the trees swaying in the wind or the hooting of owls in the distance. But the feeling persisted. As night fell, we huddled around the campfire, trying to warm ourselves up and enjoy each other's company. The flames danced and crackled, casting eerie shadows on the surrounding trees. I couldn't help but feel like we were intruders in someone else's territory. The wind picked up, and the trees creaked and groaned, making it sound like someone was whispering in my ear. I tried to focus on the conversation, but my mind kept wandering back to the feeling of being watched. Suddenly, a branch snapped in the distance, making us all jump. We laughed it off, thinking it was just a stray animal. But the sound sent a chill down my spine. As the night wore on, the fire burned lower, and the darkness seemed to close in around us. I started to feel like we were being surrounded, like something was creeping in, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And then, I saw it, a figure, tall and imposing, standing just beyond the tree line. At first, I thought it was just a trick of the light, but as I looked closer, I realized it was a person, or at least, something that resembled a person. Its face was twisted and contorted, like it had been carved from the very wood of the trees. I tried to scream, but my voice was frozen in my throat. My friends seemed oblivious to the horror that stood before us, too caught up in their own conversations to notice. I was paralyzed with fear, unable to move or speak. The figure began to move closer, its eyes fixed on me with an unspeakable hunger. I felt my heart racing, my blood pounding in my ears, as the figure loomed over us. And then, everything went black. When I came to, I was lying on the ground, my head throbbing with pain. The campsite was abandoned, my friends nowhere to be found. I stumbled to my feet, calling out for them, but the only response was the echo of my own voice off the trees. I stumbled through the darkness, desperate to find my way back to civilization. But as I walked, I realized that I was not alone. The figure was still with me, watching me, waiting for me. I can feel its presence to this day, a constant reminder of the horror that I experienced on that camping trip. I'll never set foot in those woods again, and I'll never forget the terror that I felt that night.